I read this headline in the New York Times: Afghan pedophiles get free pass from U.S. military. On 5,753 occasions, the United States military reported gross human rights abuses by the Afghan military, including many examples of child sexual abuse. You're supposed to cut off military aid when that happens. Not once did that happen. It's called Bakabazi. I've read about it before. Vice did a thing about it once. It's a practice in Afghanistan, not just the military, but any well-to-do older man has a boy, and I'm talking about 9-year-old kids, who is kind of a sex slave. And I feel like when it's our kids, of course, as we should, we're up in arms, but this, to me, is the bigotry of low expectations.
There's a fine line between being culturally sensitive when you're a military force deployed in a foreign nation,
right,
and the fact that that nation depends on you for their very survival, where you have a little bit of leverage, culturally speaking, where you can say, yeah, you know, we're going to go ahead and let the Taliban come in here and cut off all your damn heads if you don't stop the whole kid screwing thing. I mean, there is a point where we have to project our values as well as our power in the world.
I mean, and one of the tragedies here, right, is that this was actually something that the Taliban did a lot to eliminate, and that the Taliban takes a very hard line on. So we've sort of brought back the warlords, and I think it's even increased since the American invasion. And so we're in this terrible position of kind of propping up the people who are doing this against the other villains.
Can we say that your religion is not a get-out-of-outrage card?
Well, what is it about? It's not religion. It's very specific to Afghanistan.
And there's a law, as you the Lehigh Amendment,
yes, right, the Lehigh Amendment,
which says that you can't fund it. But here's the point: instead of being there for 16 years with our troops and all the money we've spent, if we got out of Afghanistan and spent 1% on that, looking after these kids and women, we would do a far more in promoting our values. So it's not just that we're not standing up for our values; we're being dumb about it.